On May 8, the US government released its first batch of declassified files regarding UAPs and extraterrestrial life. You've likely seen many breakdowns, but these files include Apollo 12 and 17 footage hidden for over half a century. All 162 documents are now live on the official UAP archive website for anyone to investigate. Officials say more batches will follow every few weeks until decades of backlogged UAP archives are fully public. If you dive in, you'll find blurry photos, shaky videos, and documents covered in heavy black redactions. The official line is that they're protecting witness IDs and military sites. But it feels like they're blocking our curiosity. Are those black bars hiding names? Or radar data and flight parameters that even the military can't explain? Crucially, these files don't prove aliens are here, but they can't be dismissed as simple optical illusions either. Sean Kirkpatrick, former head of AARO, noted that while 95% of cases are balloons or sensor glitches, the remaining 5% are truly anomalous. The data is inconsistent, angles are impossible, and pilot accounts directly contradict radar records. After exhaustive checks, they remain labeled unexplained. So the question is, if these aren't human aircraft or natural phenomena, what exactly are they? Neither the military nor scientists have a definitive answer, and this vacuum of knowledge invites bold speculation. Here are 3 possibilities currently being discussed, though none have been confirmed by mainstream science. We're not taking sides, we're just exploring how uncomfortable these answers might be. First, they visited Earth tens of thousands of years ago, the classic Ancient Astronaut Hypothesis. Why does this theory persist after all these years? Because nearly every ancient civilization tells the exact same stories in their myths. Gods descending from the sky, flying chariots, fire-breathing monsters, and mysterious beings gifting us calendars and science. To the ancients, these were gods, but looking back today, modern humans can't help but wonder, what if they weren't seeing deities, but advanced technology they simply couldn't comprehend? Think about it, in an age before flight, an observer wouldn't describe a propulsion system or a metal hull. They could only carve into stone. Gods came from the sky in glowing chariots, descending through fire. That's the allure of this theory. It connects thousands of years of ancient mythology directly to the UAPs we capture on camera today. If true, these objects aren't new to Earth. They've been observing us since humans first learned to look at the stars. Of course, while the storytelling is compelling, the actual evidence remains thin. It relies on strong correlations between myths and UAPs. But grand ancient architecture doesn't necessarily mean humans didn't build it themselves. The true value of this hypothesis isn't proving aliens exist, but asking a fundamental question: if an advanced civilization had visited ancient Earth, how would the locals have recorded it? The answer likely wouldn't be a scientific report, it would be a myth. The second possibility: they aren't aliens at all, but Earth natives. This hypothesis removes the outer space lens entirely. They've been here all along. Known as the Silurian Hypothesis, it doesn't prove prehistoric civilizations existed, but it raises a haunting point. If an industrial civilization appeared millions of years ago, would we even find any traces of it today? Think about the math. Earth is 4.6 billion years old. Recorded human history is just a few thousand years. Even our entire evolution spans only 3 million. In the grand timeline of our planet, that is less than a blink of an eye. Is it possible that another intelligent species rose to power long before us? Perhaps they developed technology and altered the environment before a global cataclysm wiped the slate clean. Against the crushing force of plate tectonics and eons of time, steel and concrete are like paper. Even ruins on the ocean floor eventually vanish into the mantle. Millions of years later, a glorious civilization might only leave behind faint isotopic anomalies or a thin, strange layer of sediment. This is the chilling core of the Silurian Hypothesis. It doesn't claim they did exist, but reminds us that Earth is perfectly capable of deleting its own history. Linking this to current UAPs leads to a fascinating conclusion. We scan the stars for aliens, but perhaps these unknowns aren't from above at all. They could be hiding in the deep ocean, miles underground, or in places we simply can't perceive. We view ourselves as masters of Earth, but on a cosmic scale, we might just be new tenants who moved in yesterday. The third possibility: we are specimens in a cosmic experiment. To explain the Fermi paradox, Scientists propose the chilling zoo hypothesis. In this scenario, Earth is an isolated nature reserve, strictly quarantined by advanced civilizations. We've only had radiotech for a century. To them, we are no different from primitive cavemen, so they don't contact or interfere. They just watch, observing our tech, our wars, our nuclear use, and seeing if we survive AI, climate change, or the next technological explosion. If this is true, UAPs aren't alien warships. They are mobile observation cameras, occasionally caught by a pilot, glimpsed on radar, or leaving a blurry heat signature in an infrared lens. It's not that they can't hide perfectly, they just don't think it's necessary. While there's zero hard evidence, the psychological weight of this theory is heavy. If true, we aren't even the audience. We are just the samples on the lab table. Of course, none of these possibilities have been scientifically proven. They remain bold imaginings of humanity when faced with the vast unknown. Regarding the massive UAP document dump, public opinion is split. Some see it as a government distraction. Others believe it breaks a 70-year taboo, making UAPs a serious subject for scientific debate. But regardless of the truth, what are those inexplicable objects in our sky? Today, we still have no answer. In a few decades, we might find that most UAP cases were mundane objects or secret human tech. But as long as one case remains unexplained, humanity will keep asking questions. Perhaps the universe has already laid out the answers, we just don't know how to read them yet. Which theory do you believe in most? Or do you have an even more mind-bending idea? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm your host for Midnight Cosmos. See you in the next universe.